Hey everyone, I'm Almar of almarsguides.com, and this video here is an Act 2 Path of Exile farming video. So where I'm at right now is in the church dungeon of Act 2. It's pretty much in the center of Act 2. It's pretty easy to get to, it's pretty easy to do, and the main reason I'm farming here is just to get some, Act 2 drops. Mostly I'm after currency items right now, due to the fact that level 26, 27, 26, there you go. There's really not much that is actually going to be worth it for me from here. I'm going to be getting a little bit of XP. It's about 1% a kill, so I'll probably level up by the time I get done the church dungeon, but mostly what I'm here for is a chance at some currency items. Now, there's a good... I'm probably going to find a few things in here, like blacksmith's whetstones and, things of that nature, but... Oh, there's an orb of fusing. But pretty much, as you guys know, currency items, obviously, they're valuable due to the fact that everybody needs the currency items in this game. Now, I'm just breezing along through this dungeon here, and pretty much what I'm keeping an eye out for is blue mobs like that, and yellow mobs, which obviously are going to have a chance of dropping the best stuff. Their level of, I guess you could, level of commonness, if that would even be a phrase that would be necessarily, or would be grammatically correct, is uncommon, I guess you could say. The blue ones are quite common, and the yellow ones, obviously, quite uncommon. I'll probably find 2 by the time I'm done. And what the main objective here is to loot all blue items that I come across, as long as, they don't take up too many inventory slots. And also, I'll pick up certain white items, such as rings, potions, mana, health, or any other potions, things that I can just easily vendor that doesn't take up much room at all for, scrolls of wisdom or whatever, I might be able to vendor them off for. There's an orb of regret, which will let me drop some skill points or whatever, if I actually wanted to use that, which I'm pretty comfortable with my build thus far. So, pretty much, the main thing, farming in Path of Exile, you have a few different strategies when it comes down to it. In this game, since there is no auction house, you are going to have to farm up most of your gear, and this is a good place to do it in the lower 20s. You can come here, have a chance of getting a yellow, albeit slightly uncommon chance, due to the fact that, there's not many yellow mobs here, and or you can also buy gear from other players with currency items. Now, I'm not exactly sure what currency items you can buy gear from other players with, because I really, really hate having to use these items and, and trade them with other players. It's, more annoying and frustrating than what it's actually going to benefit, because everybody's going to have different prices and everybody's looking for like the best currency items. Like everybody wants like orb of alchemies and orbs of chance and stuff like that, but there is no actual efficient way to get these orbs. I mean, you can get them and you can find them, and there's an armor or scrap, which is a decent currency item to find. I mean, you can get these items, but they're obviously uncommon. They're good, and, they're going to greatly benefit your character when you find them. However, finding them, it's going to be pretty difficult. And, it's going to be chance what actually gets you to discover them in the first place. And, all we're doing is running through here and hoping we get lucky. And here's actually a yellow mob that I'm going to take down. He just dropped the portal scroll. At least that saves me 3 scrolls of wisdom, from having to buy another one. And that's pretty much what this is all about. Farming here, you have a chance of getting yellow items, which it's up to you if you want to hang on to them. You can hang on to them and try to sell them to other players, either identify them or don't identify them, and sell them to other players. And then you can also trade currency items for other currency items. Maybe stock up on pretty much everything. Like the list pretty much goes on. Due to the fact that it's a player-driven economy and no auction house, it's going to be extremely difficult for me to actually give you, what the prices are of things. It's going to be constantly changing as the market becomes more and more flooded or unflooded with certain items. Therefore, it's almost impossible for me to say, oh, you probably be able to buy a full set of gear at this level for XX items or anything like that. Pretty much all you can do is go through these dungeons, kill everything, loot everything, and just keep one page of your stash, and pretty much keep everything in there that you might think has value, and then enter trade chat and try to offload what you have in there. The one thing I will say though is it's going to be pretty easy to find people willing to buy stuff and willing to sell stuff in trade chat. maybe it'll take you an hour, 2 hours in order to actually get the items you want and to offload the items you don't want, depending on the current time you're trying to buy or sell the items that you have. Obviously, prime time is going to be when you'll be able to make the most money and find the most people interested in buying the items that you have. And by prime time, I do mean PST, which will be about 9 p.m. EST is usually like the center of prime time across all time zones. It's a little late for EST, but there's usually still some people on before they go to bed, and 7 p.m. PST is pretty much like the exact time that most people log on and are getting started, getting ready to start playing for the night. So that's definitely something you want to keep in mind and take into consideration. If you're looking to offload your items, it's best to do them obviously at the proper time, and there's actually the first yellow that I got from this run. So I'm not even off of the first floor yet, and I've gotten 1 yellow. The second floor is, coming up, should be like somewhere in this general area. And once I get there, I'll probably end the video, shortly thereafter reaching that. It honestly depends on, the luck and how lucky I am and going to be and stuff like that. I've actually had a pretty good turnout. I've gotten a few portal scrolls, 2 scrolls of wisdom, 1 yellow item, 2 blue items, and a few mana/health flasks that I'll be able to offload for other goodies. You're pretty much going to be finding a bunch of stuff, or having a chance of finding a bunch of stuff from here. Expect a few different types of currency items. You might get lucky and get like an orb of alchemy or something like that. Probably 1 every 10 runs you'll get something good like that. Expect, at least probably like an armor or scrap or whatever the weapon equivalent is of that. At least 1 of those each run. It honestly depends on how much you do and how fast you kill. How much you actually explore. It's good to explore each of these floors. Like, do the whole floor. Don't just, from the first floor look for the second floor and then look for the end of the dungeon and then call it quits. You're farming, so you don't want to, skip a bunch of mobs. The objective is to kill pretty much everything that's in your way. And then, it's smarter when it comes time for farming. So that's pretty much like all I can think of, like giving you for tips and basics and stuff like that when it comes to farming. I have a lot of that information on my website. If you're looking for actual text-based instead of visual media-based farming guides, I have a bunch of them on my website, almarsguides.com, which link in the description of every single video I make, and also I say the URL at the beginning of every single video. It's pretty much my intro, and you can take a look there and stuff like that. Also, depending on how things go in game, I usually hold a bunch of giveaways. I might who knows, I might hold a Path of Exile giveaway sometime soon. I might give away a bunch of currency items, stuff like that. It depends on how much I like the game. If it comes down to I've written all of the guides I need to write and I'm about to quit the game, I'll usually keep a decent amount of items on me and give away the rest. But we're not there yet, and this video you're here about farming information, not me blabbing on about giveaways and stuff like that. So anyway, really tidbits of information that you need to know. This is an easy location. You'll definitely be able to solo here if you're at least level 19. Maybe you might have a little bit of difficulty if you're level 19, and this will be a good location to farm until probably up around level 25, at which point you'll probably want to move on to a different place if you can handle a different place. I'll show a few different places in different videos. Here's the boss at the end of this dungeon area here. Let me throw down a few traps, get some AoEs going on, and we'll take him out. Sorry, it's hard to think of new things to say and actually concentrate on what I'm doing at the same time. So I apologize for that, first of all. And let's see here. He's going to take down. There we go. Oh, he dropped a unidentified amulet. That's going to be worth something to somebody. So pretty much that's it for this run here. So what you want to do is pretty much start at level 1 on the church, kill your way all the way down to level 2 here, take down the boss, which you just seen me kill, and then you just exit and start all over again. Now, the final recommendation I can recommend for you here is, oh, there's another amulet. Wow, I got 2 amulets. Nice. Let me, this one I'll be able to use as my own upgrade. Let me see. 28 dexterity, 10 strength, lightning damage, light There we go. That's actually not too bad. I'll use that amulet, and I'll sell the other one. So, as you see, I just got an upgrade for my character from running this. So this is a pretty good farming location. A few runs, 3, 4, 5 runs maybe, and you'll be able to get a few new pieces of gear and stuff like that. Let me actually identify this too, see if that's an upgrade to mine, which, not really. Nah, it's not really that much of an upgrade. So, that's pretty much all there is to it. I'll catch you guys later. Like, comment, and subscribe to me if you guys enjoyed this video. Actually, it is an upgrade. And aside from that, good luck, guys. Happy hunting. And if you need anything, feel free to post a comment. I'll answer you as soon as possible. Catch you guys around.